everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're finally going to be making some serious progress on the backyard. We got the skid steer, super tiny, way more smaller than I thought it was going to be, but it's okay, it'll still get the job done. And then we got the dumpster, so I'm so excited and I'm so ready for our yard to be not like this. So here is the backyard right now. My little garden section is gonna definitely stay the same. I just finished that not too long ago, and I'm gonna be working on that today while he's doing all this stuff. But I'm hopefully gonna be putting this up today, my green stalk finally, and I gotta go get some dirt for that. And we're just gonna be picking up all these dirt mounds, these little piles of dirt. This is an attachment for the skid steer. This is gonna be after we pick up all this dirt. It's gonna be for leveling. And then, so I'll show you once he pulls around the corner. Not really sure what he's doing. I don't wanna get too close because it's super, super loud. I'll just go over there, because the dumpster's over there too. So it's kind of like a dumpster trailer, but it'll do. So that's the skid steer. We gotta pick all this up too. So we have the trailer and then the skid steer. That's gonna be our project all weekend. It's gonna be pretty fun. Not really fun, but he's gonna be doing most of the work. I'm just gonna be watching and helping here if he needs my help. And then, you know, back to focusing on the garden. The other things I might end up doing today is filling my garden beds. I have a bunch of cardboard with no tape or stickers or anything like that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay that cardboard down and then hopefully get some topsoil in there and then some compost and just kind of get that going, because it's almost time to be planting outside. And sorry it is so loud, it's gonna be a pretty loud day, but I have 2 things of strawberries, and then each one has 10 plants. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough for the green stalk, but we'll just see. And then I also have these hostas that I really want to plant. I'll plant that in, I have an empty planter out there. I'm gonna go show you the progress on all of my things that I have growing right now outside. So here, looks like we got some strawberries coming back. I just planted all of these in these cinder blocks a couple weeks ago. I think this is raspberries, but I don't think that's gonna do super well, which is okay. So these are strawberries. And then in the rest of these are raspberries. And they are actually coming back beautifully. Look at that. And this year might just be the year that they produce or bear fruit. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, they're thriving, honestly. They look really good. They don't seem shocked whatsoever. So I think I transplanted them at just the perfect time, which is great. And then here we have garlic, which I think is doing okay. And I have 2 of them, and then this is my chamomile. It's coming back nicely. So we're starting at the end here. I have a couple of pots lined up along my bed, or this little area. So in here we have hostas, and they're starting to come up, which is really awesome. I think I put 3 in each of these small ones. I'm not sure if that's a hosta or if that's a weed, but I'm not gonna pull it just to make sure. But they're coming up super nice. And then these, I think, are the elephant ears. I think these are more of a very, very late winter, early spring plant. So it's starting to die back, but it will come back again next year, a little after the hard weather stops. This was just a temporary planting just because it was over there and we're redoing that area. I did want to take them and kind of save them, but them being in this little planter will probably only be temporary. And then in here we have some more hostas. We got 2 so far. I don't really see, this might be one over here, I'm not really sure. I think I planted 4 or 5 in here, so we'll kind of just wait and see on those. And then these are the same as the ones in that little small planter. These look like they're okay, but again, they're starting to die off once the warmer weather comes. And then in here we have a lot of hostas in here. So we got one right here, a few here, and a lot over here. So that's really exciting. And then in here is my fuchsia. Now I'm really surprised this thing came back. At the same time, I'm surprised, but I'm also not really surprised. But it is starting to come back, and I just noticed that yesterday. I'm really glad I ended up cutting it back, and I put it in a little bit more of a sunny area that gets more water. I'm still not sure if that is a part of the fuchsia. I think it might be, so I'm just gonna leave it. But these are definitely new little shoots, which is really exciting. So I'm excited for this to come back this year. And then this one is the empty planter, which I'm probably gonna do the blue hostas in here. And then the beds, which I am going to fill with cardboard, and then I'm gonna do a layer of topsoil and then compost on the top. I just gotta fill all of them up with the cardboard. Alright, and here is the yard with without all of the rocks and the dirt and the grass. Now he's at the point where he's ready to level it, and we actually had to go back over it a few times because we had a big pile of rocks in the back of our yard that we also wanted to get rid of. So that was nice that we got rid of that. But yeah, so this all of my beds I filled up with cardboard and newspaper. I am so glad that I did this. I know that this extra step, I will definitely be patting myself on the back once you know, a few weeks come rolling around and there's no weeds, and yeah, it'll just be super nice. So I basically filled it with the cardboard, and then I put some topsoil in there as well, and then I'm just gonna fill the rest of the beds with compost. Okay, it is the next day. Again, sorry for the loud noise, but I have my green stalk planted and I have dirt in it, potting mix, and we're gonna be planting some strawberries. And the strawberries we're going to be planting these are TriStar strawberries. And then this box is Ozark Beauties. And each little box has about 10 plants, but honestly, I don't even see any plants in here. It's just dirt and roots, so I don't know. I guess we'll just plant them and hope for the best. Here is the green stalk. I got a 5-tier, and it was funny because I put it all together, all with the dirt in, and then I forgot to put these little discs on top or on the bottom of them, and so I had to take them all apart and re-stack it. But yeah, let's go ahead and plant these strawberries. I ended up pouring a little bit of dirt in one of the green stalk pocket things, but it looked just like dirt and a little bit of roots. I didn't see any plants, and so I have this container that I'm just gonna pour this bag into and kind of sift through it and see if there are any plants. All right, so I have this container. We're just gonna go ahead and pour this little bag into here. I'm not really seeing any plants. I mean, there's a big root ball right here, but I'm not really sure if that's supposed to be 10 individual plants. Did end up finding a rubber band that's keeping them all together, so I think that's where all of our plants are going to be. I'm going to take the rubber band off and separate them, and then we'll go ahead and plant them. Okay, so here are the individual little strawberry plants. You can kind of tell because there's a little flower or something at the top of each one. And so we got 10 in here. So I have the first one planted. I think when they're talking about the crown, I think it's this little guy, so I just kept him above the dirt, and then we're gonna go ahead and I think I'm just gonna plant one per hole, and then I might have to just buy strawberries at the store to fill the rest of all of these. Okay, so this is more so that I can keep track of what I planted in here. So from here all the way around the top is not the Ozark Beauty, but the other ones. And then same goes for over here. We have the same ones planted all around until here, and then we have nothing in these back two, and then these. So everything on this second tier, except for these back two, are going to be the other ones, not the Ozarks, but the other ones. And then we're gonna go ahead and plant the Ozarks down here, and I might have to fill in with some store-bought, already started strawberries. Okay, so these ones are the Ozarks, and these, look at these ones. These are already starting to grow in here. I don't know if you can see, but they're already starting to grow. So this will be super easy to plant, these ones, because they're already sprouting. Okay, so these two from the second tier are gonna be the Ozarks. So these two, and then this whole entire tier all around, and then continuing down to the second to last one. And just these three are gonna be the Ozarks, I believe. Yeah, and then the rest of them I have to fill with some pre-started strawberries. So I came inside so I could fill a jug full of water so I can go ahead and water my strawberries. It's freezing outside. It's so cold out there. Yesterday was perfect weather. It was like 60. I think it was about 60. And today I think it's only 50, 55. So it is freezing. My fingers are all red. It's really cold. But I do want to show you guys all of my seedlings. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of abandoning them just a little bit. I don't really know what the issue is. I don't know if they're all deficient in a specific nutrient, or if I'm just simply overwatering them, or they're just not getting enough light. I don't know. I really, really don't know. But they're stressing me out. They're really just beginning to be a little too much. So what I might have to do is the things that are ready to go out now, I might just do that and let nature take it from there until it starts warming up. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you all of my seedlings. So first up we have our basil, and actually the basil is doing fairly well. I think well, my biggest problem right now are gnats. I have a really, really big problem with gnats. Next year, I'm definitely gonna get some vermiculite. This year, I did make the mistake of getting perlite. I thought it was perlite for some reason, I don't know why. But it's actually vermiculite. You're supposed to sprinkle the vermiculite on top of your seedlings so that the gnats don't crawl down into the soil. I guess they don't like to crawl through that type of stuff. But I'm definitely doing that next year. This year I did get, what's it called? Mosquito bits. And I watered almost everything with those about a week and a half ago, but I don't really see much of a difference. And I also did get sticky traps, and those are helping. They've caught a lot of them, but I've honestly just given up at this point, and I'm a little burnt out on these seedlings, to be very, very honest with you. I think I definitely overwhelmed myself with the variety and the amount of seedlings I have, honestly, because it's still only my second year. And last year I only started cucumbers inside, and those did really well until they went outside, and then I think I was just overwatering them. So here is one of my what is this? Sunflowers. And I think I might just go ahead and plant this outside today if I can get the bed created. All I really have to do is fill my little bed with dirt, but I don't have the right dirt. So this is the chocolat, and this is just becoming way too tall to be under the shelf. So here we have the onions, and they're just looking super, super discolored. They've definitely, I don't know. They haven't seen better days because they've kind of always looked like this. It does have a little bit of mold on top. Honestly, like, I water them once a week, and I just get that feeling that the reason why they're this color is because they're drying out. And so I think this week I started to just water them twice a week instead, and seeing if that makes any difference. But the mold is just giving me other thoughts, like that it's too moist in there and they're getting too much water. So, oh my gosh, I'm really not sure on those. I don't know if I ended up telling you guys if I I did repot these, but I don't know if I told you guys that. But I repotted everything except for my onions, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. So like my cucumbers definitely outgrew those little pots super, super quick. Like even these pots they're starting to grow out of. And then like all my tomatoes, their true leaves are coming in a little bit more green than their first set of leaves. So that is giving me kind of a good sign and some hope. But like these are all of my sunflowers. I really, really need to plant those out immediately because they're just getting way too big. Again, tomatoes. And then our broccoli is also not really doing that well. I think I want to go ahead and plant these out because they I think they tolerate colder weather a lot better anyways. And the same thing with these. I feel like I'm underwatering them, but there's still just a tiny slight layer of mold on top. So I really just, gosh, I don't know. I really don't know. And then same thing, cucumbers down here, their leaves are just turning yellow. And I mean, I wait until the soil is completely dry until I water again. This tomato's doing really well. Again, my cucumber leaves are they're just yellow. I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. Those back ones are tomatoes. Those are doing pretty good. These are Brussels sprouts. Not really doing that great. And then actually back there we have what are those called? Forget-me-nots, I think. Those are doing really good. And then I only have one survivor of, what is it? Oh, lavender. And that guy's down here. He's actually doing pretty well. I heard lavender's really, really hard to grow. And so none of them sprouted except for this little guy, and he's kicking. I mean, he's fighting for it. So I have hopes for that one. And then down here we just kind of have cucumbers, a mix of cucumbers, sunflowers, tomatoes. Oh, and then we have, what is this? Lemon balm. And honestly, I had no hope for these either, but they're starting to, there's a little bit of hope for these. Again, there's a little bit of mold on top. I really don't know. I'm stressing myself out too much about these seedlings though. These onions are doing really well. I did start a separate thing of onions, same onions, but just different technique, different moisture level. There's a gnat on my finger. They're everywhere and they're driving me absolutely nuts. Yeah, so I just wanted to try a different technique for these onions. And this soil stays, I mean, pretty moist in this jug here. And I would say they're doing really well in here. So I think it's just, moist soil. I've heard onions really like moisture. They really like to drink a lot of water. So I think that is another sign that, I'm underwatering these onions, which is a little bit of a bummer. But, gardening is really it's a hobby. And if you make it any more than that, you might stress yourself out a little too much to where you just don't enjoy it, and I'm starting to get that feeling of it's feeling more like work rather than a hobby or just something that's fun to do on the side, after I'm done working and I want to tend to my seedlings, but I dread it because it just feels like so much work and it brings so much stress. It shouldn't be like that. I'm gonna go ahead and water those strawberries I just planted. I'm excited about those. Getting outside and being outside really refreshed my brain on the whole gardening season, and it makes me get excited again. It sparks that flame again. I'm gonna show you guys one more time the progress of our yard. We just started, or he's doing all the work. He just started the little front area for the dogs. So yeah, it's coming along. So there is the progress on our entire yard. There's my little cute green stalk out there. It's so cute. I love it. I'm so obsessed with the green stalk. But yeah, basically the whole yard is a mud pit, and I think he might start seeding today. I'm not exactly sure. We only have that skid steer for one more day, which is today. So he's trying to get as much done as he can, and it's really showing. It looks, it doesn't look phenomenal yet, but it will, and it's looking way better than, when we started. I think that is it for today's video. I honestly, I really don't know what I got in this video. I don't know what I filmed. I have no idea if it'll be interesting enough, because I just filmed clips here, clips there, and just chunks of the day. And so it was really awkward and just weird. So hopefully it'll come together when I start editing it. But thank you guys thank you so much for watching. Why is it the ending that I always mess up? I don't know. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here and watching and hanging out and coming along this journey with me. It's really exciting, and yeah, it's awesome. Don't stress out too much about your gardens, please. It's supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be a relaxing hobby. Okay, I'm signing off now. See you guys next time.